Brian Carruthers here on oneberg.com and, of course, Oneberg's Facebook page and YouTube channel. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. Today, we have a special guest here on Oneberg, Mike Delligatti. He's the son of Jim Delligatti, who created the Big Mac. He's standing by. But first, before we get to Mike, I do want to mention that tomorrow, Oneberg will be live at the Polar Plunge at Acrisure Stadium to benefit the Special Olympics. We will have giveaways. We'll be there live. We'll be jumping in. The guys from Club Sandwich will be there. And we also will be having a drawing. Anyone who donates through the Oneberg page to Special Olympics will qualify for a autographed Key Brian Hayes Pirate jersey and 4 tickets in the Pittsburgh Baseball Club for a game of your choice. So we'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully you guys can be as generous as possible for the Special Olympics. All right, without further ado, let's bring in Mike Delligatti. I have Michael up here, so I hope it's not too formal. There he is. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Great. How you doing?
Good, man. Thank you for being here. And let's talk about the elephant in the room just as we started to talk about your dad and the Big Mac, because this segment is called Made in Pittsburgh. The Big Mac was made in Uniontown, and this is a fight on Oneberg that happens all the time. Do you consider the Big Mac a Pittsburgh product?
Yeah, well, it's a regional claim, I think, for southwestern Pennsylvania.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Pittsburgh, always is the bigger town that people would know rather than Uniontown, but Uniontown for sure is the birth.
That's it. But you know what? You need to have more pictures of the Big Mac like they have, what is it, General MacArthur that's all over Uniontown?
Yeah, he's everywhere.
We need a picture of him holding a Big Mac on the side of the building.
Yeah, they did a really nice job redoing that downtown area.
They did, man. Uniontown is booming. It does look really good. Well, thanks for being on with us. The Big Mac, right? So made in PA / Uniontown. Your dad was he was the original Western Pennsylvania McDonald's franchisees?
Yeah, he had a partner, John Sweeney, that they got the franchise rights for southwestern Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And then they split off, I don't know, a few years later. And John had restaurants mainly like Monaca, that like the Beaver area.
Okay, got it. Yeah. And so I read that he started McDonald's here in 1957. The Big Mac was 10 years later. And so this was like the early days, of course, right, where your dad could go to the big wigs at McDonald's and say, I have an idea. Is that kind of how it formed?
Yeah. I mean, he was pitching it for a good, few years, months or years. And he finally got approval from corporate, but they said you got to use what's in the restaurant as far as ingredients go, and that kind of didn't work for him. So he had to bring in a couple items, but most notably the bun. We have that double cut bun, the piece of bread in the middle that holds it all together. They couldn't do it without that because it just was a big mess. So,
and that's a big mess for the Big Mac. What?
Right.
And so it blew McDonald's mind that there was going to be something else. So it took some time to convince them.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Took a little time, and then they got approval, and then he did a test in Pennsylvania, like 1967. For the market, so Pittsburgh was part of that, and we sold the Big Mac there, and it was wildly successful, and it went national the following year.
It had to just be within your family like an absolutely unbelievable experience, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was probably 2 years old, so I didn't remember that much about it.
They weren't feeding you Big Macs when you were 2?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
But that was like the graduation when you could eat a Big Mac. You graduated.
Yeah, okay, got it. In the Delligatti family, when you have your
That's
first
right.
Big Mac, it's a
That's
rite of passage.
yes.
Yeah, well, and then when as a kid, I mean, when can you go back and kind of remember like, I mean, not everyone's dad, one owns a McDonald's and two creates the Big Mac. When did that become like in your life? Like you were aware that that was something different or special?
Probably high school.
Yeah,
You didn't really think about it because it was, it was just your normal part of your life.
yeah.
So, and we all grew up working in the restaurants
Okay,
and
so this was all part of your life. You've worked at McDonald's forever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So,
got it.
as a kid and that was a lot. It was a lot of fun. It's a great first job. It's a great place to learn if anybody has kids and they, we do a pretty good job at training and it's a good first job. Gives you a lot of good basic good habits for your life.
Yeah, I think I saw something online that said something like a crazy percentage of people's first job in America is a McDonald's.
Yeah, I think it's 7 or 8 and 10. Yeah,
That's wild. That number is
very
insane, really,
crazy.
when you
Yeah,
think about it.
right.
Hey, so back to the Big Mac. Was there anything that your dad, I mean, did he sell it to McDonald's? And does the
No,
Delligatti family get a half of a
he,
penny every time I eat
he,
one?
no, he got a plaque.
They what? A
He
plaque?
got a plaque. Yeah.
And do you have the plaque?
I don't. I may have it somewhere. But I haven't seen it in quite a few
Well, I guess
years.
when you think about it, like 1960, the late 60s, right? Not everyone's
Right.
lawyering up, not everyone's thinking contractual. Today, if
Right.
that happened, you know, you and
Oh, it
I,
would
if
be a
we
big
created
deal.
the Big Mac, we'd
Yeah.
never ever speak to McDonald's. We would never see
Yeah.
anybody ever again.
No, it's kind of like hitting the lottery.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
But
really cool. And so McDonald's has been in your family forever. The Big Mac, of course, is
right.
created in-house. And then you also are still in the McDonald's family, right?
Right. Yeah. Um, and my nephew Dan, who's actually older than me, he's in, and his son, and Danny's brother Tony has restaurants in North Carolina.
Oh, that's cool. What,
Yeah.
everyone's a collector, right? American Pickers
Right.
changed everything. What is your, and if you tell me your house is filled with McDonald's memorabilia, I think it's going to be weird, but is there something that you have? And I know there's a museum that your family has for the Big Mac. Is there one item that's like the holy grail within McDonald's or within your family that you have?
I think. Well, there's an artist from Pittsburgh that does tennis shoe art,
Okay.
and I bid on an auction item for him at Ronald McDonald House auction, and so I sent him some clown shoes, Ronald McDonald clown shoes, and it took him about a year, but he sent them back, and it's pretty cool artwork, which will be at the museum sometime next month.
Oh, that's cool. You have to send me a
Yeah,
picture of it, man. We'll
yeah,
post it for people to check
yeah,
out.
yeah.
That's really, and is Ronald McDonald still a thing within McDonald's? I know that there's Grimace kind of made a comeback last summer with the shake. You don't see Ronald as much. Is there a Ronald coming?
Yeah, I think though I think there will be. I think bringing back some of the other characters gives a lot of nostalgia, and it's Grimace and all the Hamburglar. I really like the Hamburglar. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
undeniable, right?
I think Ronald's been out front for so long that they just want to give a different, you know, give something else a shot. Um,
Were you ever Ronald for one of your dad's shops? It's a dirty
no,
secret.
I was a Grimace before,
You were
but
in the Grimace suit?
I was. It's
Okay,
very,
now we're
it's
getting
very,
somewhere.
it's very hot.
Now we're getting somewhere. I would think that that would scare, like, did kids run from you? I mean, that seems like it could be a
No,
scary moment.
they actually would run to you.
They
You
love
know,
it.
yeah. I mean, he's pretty, docile, friendly looking. I mean, little kids maybe, but pretty much everybody kind of loves the Grimace.
Everyone loves Grimace. There's no doubt about
Yeah.
it. I'm just thinking about it. And you said that you started to be aware of the Big Mac in high school. With your dad having these, it had to have been great, right? Any date you were on, anybody you wanted to impress, anything. I mean, could you just go through the drive-through and be like, "We'll just take a big bag of all of it"?
Yeah, that's funny, Ben. I never really thought of that, but
They're like, "Oh no, it's Michael. It's Grimace. He's back."
hey, Grimace is back.
Hey, quickly tell us about the Big Mac Museum, how we can get there, and if there's any more information we can give to everyone about it.
So it's in North Huntington, Pennsylvania, and I can't remember. It's like the Irwin exit off the turnpike, and it's a one-off restaurant. We have the world's largest Big Mac inside the playland, and we get many photos with that. Lots of tours come through there, and then there's also items that you can look at and talking about media commercials,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then we also have media playing from years past of McDonald's and Big Mac stuff.
It's got to be a really wild ride for you, and I appreciate you being on here. It's got to be a really wild ride. Maybe there's times that you're over it, right? That it's part of your life, right? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's something your dad did. My dad worked at a steel company. Your dad worked at
Right.
McDonald's, right? But when you think about it, man, there's not really a one item in the world of fast food now of what it's become that is higher than the Big Mac. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's
It's still the
everywhere.
king.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, right on. Well, Mike, I appreciate your time. Let's check out the museum together when you're ever out there. And please send me those shoes or a picture of them. I'd love to see them when
Okay.
you get them out to Oneburg and let people check them out and see them.
So have fun at the dunk, and you're going tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow's the Special Olympics polar plunge at Acroshore. Will you be there in the Grimace suit?
I I, I think I would drown in the Grimace suit, but
Yes.
but maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Well, I'll send you the link. I know that you guys are tied up with the Special Olympics as well.
Yeah.
So I'll send you the link. I appreciate you mentioning it.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Mike, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you.
Yeah, thank you. There he is, Mike Delligatti, the son of Jim Delligatti, the creator of the Big Mac here on Made in Pittsburgh. And just like Mike said, the Special Olympics Polar Plunge is tomorrow. We'll see you there live. And we'll be giving away to anyone who donates through the Oneburg link a chance to win 4 Pittsburgh Baseball Club tickets to a Pirate game of your choice. Who, by the way, the Pirates, you heard it here first, are going to win 90 games. You heard it here first. And a Key Brian Hayes autographed jersey. So we'll see you there tomorrow. Until next time, see you, Oneburg.